call our meeting to order. Dave, could you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask the clerk to do the roll call, please.
Commissioner of District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner of District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner of District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here. And moving on to item number 3. Oh, sorry. Item number 4. Do we have correspondence to report?
Yes, the State of Washington Governor's Committee on Disability Issues and Employment sent in a letter regarding the town hall meeting on Thursday, February 27th, 2020, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And the Department of Natural Resources sent in the County Income Report explanation of tables for January 2020.
Okay, great. Move on to item number 5. This is the time we set aside for our citizens to talk to us. I'm not seeing anyone. Would anyone like to get up and talk? No? All right.
We don't have a hearing, do we?
We do.
We do. Buy some time, Commissioner.
Great. Okay. Well, let's move on to item number 6, adoption of the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move adoption of today's agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Now we have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Let's move on to item number 7, approval of the minutes.
Madam Chair, I move for approval of the January 6th, 2020 briefing minutes and the February 4th, 2020 regular meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the January 6th, 2020 briefing minutes, the February 4th, 2020 regular meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved. All right, so now, I guess we're gonna move on to item number 8, approval of today's action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on the action agenda. Commissioners or members of the public can ask questions and or have the items removed for a separate discussion and vote. I will read items 8.1 and 8.2. Commissioner Netherland, if you could read items 8.3 through 8.5, and Commissioner Schutte, if you could read items 8.6 and 8.7. Item 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims Clearing Fund warrants number 807-0309 through 807-0448 in the amount of $485,123.04. Direct Clearing or Direct Deposit Fund warrant numbers 65698 through 66082 in the amount of $707,280.93. Salary Clearing Fund warrants number 7004979 through 7005014 in the amount of $1,610.54. Item 8.2, approval to set a public hearing for March 17th, 2020 at 9:15 a.m. to consider the approval of budget supplemental appropriations and amendments to the 2020 budget.
Madam Chair, item number 8.3 reads approval of the resolution amended Mason County Code Chapter 2.02, Departments reporting to the Commissioners, adding a motor pool department. Item number 8.4, approval to have the chair sign contract number SEASMP 1921-MACOCS-00057 for the periodic update of the Shoreline Master Program. Item number 8.5, approval of a resolution to establish Fund 141 as the Sheriff's Boating Program, establishing Fund 142 as the Narcotics Investigation Fund, delete Fund 140, and place Prisoner Welfare Program monies, aka commissary, and general donations into current expense as committed revenues.
Madam Chair, item 8.6, approval to authorize the Public Works Director to execute amendment number 1 to the contract agreement with Financial Consulting Solutions Group Incorporated to update and revise the Belfair Sewer Financial Plan and complete an updated financial plan. Item 8.7, approval to have the board authorize the payback of 2018 traffic diversion dollars in the amount of $66,917.19 to county roads from non-departmental for the buyout of 75% of 2 Ford Explorers.
Okay, great. Now that we've read through today's action agenda, are there any items you would like to be removed for a separate vote? All right. Are there any items that anyone else would like to have removed for a separate vote? No. All right. So, do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move approval of the items on today's action agenda numbered item 8.1 through 8.7 as presented.
I will second.
All right, we have a motion to approve today's action agenda items number 8.1 through 8.7 as written. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the action agenda has been voted on and passed. It's not quite 9:15. Department heads, do we have any department heads or elected officials that would like to address the commission? Seeing none. Let's move on to, so we're waiting for 9:15. Let's move on to item 11, board reports and calendars. Commissioner Netherland, if you could go first, followed by Commissioner Schutte, and then I will follow.
All right, had a meeting with the ARC. We also all attended a meeting, introduction to Enterprise rental car for our contracts for our new vehicles. Meeting at the Economic Development Council. I had a special meeting with the director of the ARC, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority. And after this meeting, I have a lunch with a representative from Republic. I have Mason Transit Authority tonight. I may be able to tell the EDC lunch, but I may not. Hopefully one of you guys will be there. An ARC meeting, we have a joint PAC meeting with the PAC and the commission, and North Mason Community Voices that same night. I'll try to make both.
Thanks. Looking ahead this week, Mason Transit later this afternoon, then I have a meeting of the Criminal Justice Working Team. I will be attending the EDC lunch tomorrow. Also have a meeting of the Hood Canal Coordinating Council. And then I have a lead grant meeting, talk about the law enforcement assisted diversion program that folks over in public health and the sheriff's office are trying to get funded. Meeting with the Behavioral Health Association or Administration, BHA now. Doing a tour of our transfer stations with our director for utilities and Zach, our solid waste manager, on Friday. Also be attending the North Mason Chamber Gala on Saturday night, as well as the Joint Planning Commission meeting on Monday, and also try to get out of here and hit the Mason County Republican Party meeting Monday night as well.
Great. All right, later this afternoon, I have a constituent meeting, also the Mason Transit Board meeting. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with Nicole. She's the director for Area on Aging. And then I have a training for CRAB, and then also a Timber Counties meeting. Then we have the LSC Roundtable. I'll be in Olympia Thursday for LSC. Then I'll be back here for a canvassing board meeting. And then Thursday night we are having a Turning Point Contributor Appreciation event out at the Ridge. Friday, canvassing board meeting. And then Friday also will be the grand opening for the Mason General, the new, thank you, Mason County Clinic. What would I do without you? And then Saturday, I'll be going to the Thurston County Lincoln Day dinner. Sunday's my mother-in-law's birthday. And then Monday, back for briefing, and then the Joint PAC Commission meeting here Monday night. And then Tuesday, I have a commissioner meeting, and then I will also be doing a walkthrough with our waste management folks, and then our commission meeting later that night. Yes. Anything else?
I will not be at the EDC if you've tagged your representative then. That's good.
And then I also, as you mentioned, I may be at the clinic grand opening on Friday.
Great. All right, well, we still have 2 minutes.
Kelly.
Kelly, would you like to talk?
You know, Madam Commissioner, usually we do call on a member of the staff to come up and tell us about himself and his department and stuff, and,
Oh,
and
really?
that usually eats up time. We do it every once in a great while.
Nothing.
My man, you're still sitting there. You should.
I'm overly swamped. We got a new department coming on in the north.
Oh,
Up there, up there.
that would be great to hear about.
He's turning red.
You can't turn me red.
Yeah.
So, Kelly Fraser, the facilities manager, we are super busy. I've been working on the new plans coming up, the new REIT. So I've got a list. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will get to you guys. You can see the new REIT plan. We did take on the new motor pool, so I've been working with the guys over there getting vehicles ordered. I don't know how much you heard, but it sounds like we're going with the four more of those inbred ones.
Yep.
So that's going to be a
Hybrid.
good deal. Yeah,
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, inbred, hybrid. So yeah, I'm excited for all that to happen, and that's it. I got a good crew. I'm hiring one more person coming up soon, so I'm in the process of that. So yeah, I'm super excited.
The security issue for the courts.
Yes, I also got that taken. I'm going out for an RFP for that, so we can look at that a little bit harder for next season and go forward with that. I think that is a huge thing for the county, our security. At this point in time, we're weapon screening at this point in time instead of more of the security thing. But I would surely like to see something come more of that, so we have more security. We're doing a remodel upstairs in the courthouse this week.
Good.
We're going to at least start it to give a little bit more security for our judges and for the inmates coming up, so it's not out in our hallways and stuff like that. So that's going to be a good move, and we're going to try to do that during working hours. So we'll see how that goes. We might be working some weekend time.
You always do well for us, Kelly.
Yeah.
Honestly, you do. Not just saying that.
Yeah, you do have a great crew.
We have a
Truly
great crew.
appreciate
Sometimes it takes
everything
all
that
of us,
they
but I do have a very great crew.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
You did it. Thank you.
great. Thank you
Stop
for
her.
killing
Yeah.
time.
Off the hot seat.
Thank you. All right, now let's move on to item number 10. We have two public hearings to consider. Item 10.1, ask staff to come forward and brief.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Loretta Swanson with Mason County Public Works. And this is a hearing for a new franchise agreement with the Erickson Lake Homeowners Association. And this is a franchise for water lines within the county right-of-way of Tahia Blacksmith Road. And this is an existing water system that sometimes we occasionally tumble across these and need to execute a franchise agreement. And that is the case here. The application's been received and fees paid for, and we are here this morning requesting approval of the franchise agreement.
Great. Do we have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Can't wait for the public testimony part.
Right. So now it's time for public comment. And seeing none, hearing from none. How about, we'll move on to a commissioner deliberation or a motion.
Madam Chair, I move approval of the franchise agreement application between Mason County and Erickson Lake Homeowners Association to run water lines and appurtenances under and across County Road right-of-way.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to consider approval of the franchise agreement application between Mason County and Erickson Lake Homeowners Association to run water lines and appurtenances under and across County Road right-of-way. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. The franchise agreement application, or the franchise agreement has been approved. Moving on to item 10.2. This is a water system franchise agreement between Mason County and a few others.
Yes, a few others. And Commissioners, again, Loretta Swanson, Mason County Public Works. And although this says this is a third in a series of bundled franchise agreements, I feel like This has been more than a third in a bundle, but we have been going through and renewing franchise agreements that are coming up for expiration dates. And this is, again, part of a series of those franchise agreement updates. In this case, we're updating Beacon Point Community Club, Cedar View Tracks, Harstein Island, the Linwood Community Beach Association, Maggie Lake Water District, Marymount Water System, Triton Head, and Tuano Tides. And these are systems that we've had franchises in the past for. They've paid their renewal fees, they've been reviewed, and we're recommending approval of these franchise agreements.
Great. Do we have any questions for staff? No? No. And since we have no public here today, we'll skip that part.
Oh, well, he still counts as public back
Oh,
there. You
oh.
gotta give him a chance.
Would you like to comment? He's more of a help than anything.
Yes.
Yes, okay, so, do we have a motion or deliberation?
Madam Chair, I move that the board approve the franchise agreement applications between Mason County's Beacon Point Community Club Incorporated, Cedar View Tracks, Harstein Island Estates, Linwood Community Beach Association, Maggie Lake Water District, Marymount Water System, Triton Head Water Association, Tuano Tides Community Club, granting permission to run the utility lines under and across county road right of way.
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the franchise agreement applications between Mason County and Beacon Point Community Club Incorporated, Cedar View Tracks, Harstein Island Estates, Linwood Community Beach Association, Maggie Lake Water District, Marymount Water Systems, Triton Head Water Association, and Tuano Tides Community Club, granting permission to run the utility lines under and across county roads of rights of way. Do we have?
One comment, again, people don't remember that we used to do this individually. So much appreciate the short version.
Yes, thank you to Terry and Kelly
Yes.
and Amy and the rest of the
Yep.
crew back in the office that make this happen. Absolutely. A lot of work. It is a lot of work.
Was a lot, no, for us,
Yes.
not anymore.
Yes.
Now it's all on your side.
Yeah, truly do appreciate that.
Still have to sign them individually.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Passes. All right, we're moving on to item number 12.
Madam Chair, move we adjourn.
I'll second.
We are adjourned.